Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, or welcome I should say, to Upton Farm by Lancyboi, where today we're doing a bit of harvesting. We got the Massey Ferguson 27 harvester here, the Massey Ferguson Massey Ferguson 27 cutter, got a Massey Ferguson, we're very red, Massey Ferguson 698T set over there with a Redrock trailer on the back, and we are over in field 31, which is right here. There is a minor issue in that the farm silo where we're storing all of this is over here. So to get from here to here, we have to go up to here. So you gotta go the entire way around the map, as far as I'm aware, to get to the storage point from this field, which is a bit of an inconvenience. So I'm kind of sort of thinking of getting a fast track already. If you watched the stream that I did on Wednesday, you guys will have seen the starter equipment I've chosen, because I chose it in the stream. Massey 27, 698T, John Deere 7530, Class Ariane 650, and the Deutz Agrostar 638. As well as, I think I've screwed up here and gone around, and I shouldn't have. I think I have, you know, oh well. Extra headland just for the sake of it, I guess. And I do have the Metro spreader as well. The sprayer even, I should say. Now the money that we have here is going to be used. We do have 505,000 just because that's what we got from setting off the original starter equipment. This is going to be used to get animals and get maybe swap out equipment that I think is maybe a bit too small. But we are going to be using mainly smaller and older equipment on this map. It's kind of the plan that I've got in mind. I don't know how well it's going to go, but we'll find out in time. I've got a kind of a horsepower limit of 200-ish horsepower in mind here, excluding harvesters. This Massey Ferguson harvester I am going to be swapping out as soon as is humanly possible for one of the fence. This is... it looks nice, it does look nice, it functions, but I did some research. The real world Massey Ferguson 27 harvester is absolutely nothing like this one. The header on this is double the size that it should be. The grain tank on this is double the size it should be. And it just, unfortunately, is as great as Black Sheep Modding are at making equipment and whatnot. This is bad. This is like objectively bad, because there's no real excuse for screwing up the sizes of stuff to the point where it's doubled. You know, being off by 10 or 15% is fine, but being off by 100%, I'm not a big fan of that. So the Massey is going to set over the, well, Massey is going to be doing the transporting for us, for now at least. Having it be so small and need to go so far around the map means we get to have a good look around as we go along. That's never a bad thing. And I'm sure there are shortcuts. This is a Lancyboi map after all, so I'm sure there are shortcuts around the map that I don't know about yet. We'll find them as time goes on, I hope. And I'll do some investigating and mystery finding off camera as well. I hope. Maybe. Perhaps. Now I'm sure there's going to be somebody shouting at me, Dave, you're supposed to harvest in straight lines. To them I say, well, this looks prettier and does the same thing effectively. It makes the baling more interesting when I get to that. So I'm perfectly fine with doing a derp harvest like this. I mean, do you know what? Just to appease the people that are going to complain, I'm going to go in straight lines from here on out. So let's get this up. Go auto work with, please. I want to move the course over to there. Offset to 0. And yes, this does have the green star sounds, but you'll have to deal with that. We will use GPS here now just to get perfectly beautiful straight lines, which I would ignore when I'm doing baling. So in real life, yes, it would all be straight lines like that, but this is Farm Sim, this is a game, I can do it whatever way I feel like. And you know what, why not do straight lines? It's gonna make the baling just that bit easier. I accidentally somehow hit control 3 times there. In the space of that, what, 1 second window? Because you could hear double bleeping to go, and there was a slight bleep to stop in the middle of all that. Now this harvester, for those of you wondering, Massey Ferguson 27, is from the Massey Ferguson Old Time Pack by Black Sheep Modding. It has an 8,000, I think, litre capacity. The header is 6 meters. Like I said, in real life, it's not at all like this. In real life, this would be full and then a bit. The real life equivalent, the real life counterpart, has a 4,200 litre capacity, and the header is actually 3.6 meters wide. So I'm gonna, as much as I do stupid things, and as much as I, you know, eschew realism for the most part, normally, probably shouldn't have used the shoe. As much as I just ignore realism when I'm playing normally with the grasshopper and whatnot, I do like using realistic equipment. I don't like a mod like this where it's unrealistic by 100. Like, it's 100. It's actually literally 100% unrealistic. Interesting, because the header is almost double what it should be. The grain tank is double what it should be. I wouldn't be too surprised if the actual harvester is upscaled from what it should be. There is a C-130 flying over there quite ominously. That's not good. So I don't think I actually gave my first thoughts on the... Well, I didn't give my first thoughts on the map and my actual opinion on the map. It's a Lancyboi map through and through. It looks absolutely beautiful. There are some minor hiccups going on here and there. Is it world-endingly broken? No. It's not game-breaking. It's a perfectly good map. It's actually a really good map. I think Lancey's done some spectacular work. I have, off-camera, done a bit of testing in a separate save game. I haven't been able to do much, unfortunately, because I've just been caught up doing a million different things lately. But what I did find, and what other people found, I believe 90% of the bugs are sorted. In terms of a release window, sometime in September, I believe Lancey has said he will upload this. I've been kind of petitioning him to hold off on uploading until everybody's 100% sure there's no bugs and no problems. To ensure that it gets through testing first time. And to hopefully, fingers crossed, get it onto consoles as well. I don't know if he's planning on getting onto consoles, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he is. In terms of shiny things for PC, this does have mud mod. This, I don't know if it's got well, it doesn't have animation map trigger because it's kind of built into the game now. I don't know if it's got multi-terrain angle. That's what I was going to say. And I don't know if it's got chopped straw. In fact, I can test for chopped straw in a second. I would imagine it does, although I think I might have chopped straw mod disabled. So let's get this going here on this line. Press that button. Get the header down. Let's see if this has chopped straw. It does not, or I don't have it turned on. One of those two. I would imagine it's that I don't have chopped straw turned on, to be quite honest. Now, what has already been done on the map by me? Well, you can see there's a class and a Deutzfahrer over there. We have done some baling. We've done some hay, we've done some mowing, some tedding, some windrowing, some baling already. So the square bale that we'll be using, the John Deere 690, is well in use. I am honestly kind of tempted to swap it out for the Massey Ferguson 5 baler, just because this is the only reason I want to do this. The Massey baler is more complete. The ARM team John Deere baler is perfectly, you know, it works perfectly fine. It's a John Deere. There's a lot of texture issues with it. It's kind of ARM team have a habit of doing great converts with okay models, and the texture work leaves it down. Unfortunately, that baler is one of those situations where, much like the Merlot, which I don't use, I have it but I don't use it, it's kind of really left down by the textures. And I would argue ruined by the low quality of textures and the fact that it's not really been 100% fully converted and in a way bug tested. But you know, that's the way some modders want to do it. That's fine. So we are going through this barley at a nice speed. We will be forced into ploughing these fields, but I do have a reasonable sized plough, don't worry. I have the 6 furrow Amazon plough. I think I can't remember what plough exactly I bought, but there's a 6 or a 7 furrow plough. We'll get it done as quickly as we can. We won't be using all of the fields on this map, unlike previous attempts at testing maps. I'm just going to use the starter fields for now. Sorry if you can hear talking in the background. There's like a discussion going on downstairs or something. That happens sometimes. Ooh. Okay, the fill plane on the Redrock broke a tad. Let's finish filling this up. And yes, I do have creative tools in again, mainly for convenience for running around the map more than anything else. This should be 100% or as close as makes no difference. 96% full. That's really, you know, with a very small amount left to go in, that's really as close as makes no difference. We have it full of barley. So now let's get driving over to the storage point, so I can show you the other yards, or the other yard. What is in effect the main yard where all of my equipment is being kept. So it's going to be a very drive-heavy map for those of you who like driving around. So over there is the pig yard. Not in there at all at the moment yet. That is the cow yard. And you can see there's a mix of buildings. You got the wooden building here, you've got the stone building here, and then the newer corrugated iron buildings. There's a nice mix of styles on the map. I should point out at this point that there is no traffic on the map, which is a bit of a shame, but you'll find out why when we get up to the top of the map. Why traffic is disabled. And it's not disabled by me, it's flat out disabled. That might have been a shortcut across the map. Just looking to see where that leads. That in fact is a shortcut across the map and I want to take it. But going along the top of the map, the road actually narrows to a single lane. And there's a level crossing that also narrows to a single lane. I think that's a shortcut anyway. Let's do some investigation. Because I honestly don't know where this road leads. Come on. This being Lancey could lead nowhere, it could lead the entire way across the map. I genuinely don't know. That is part of the fun. It's okay, it goes past the church to here, and It's just a weird animated gate, I guess. Then in through the forest. I don't know if this is going to be even a way across the map. Might do some forestry on here with a chainsaw, some small level forestry down here. Then bring me down by field 11. This might actually be a shortcut across the map. And if it is this way, that is the cultivated texture. Lancey, that's interesting decision there by Lancyboi to use the cultivated texture as a kind of a peaty dirt texture. We are now in a yard, and I'm not entirely sure. Aha! So if I were to go this way, as silly as this sounds, this is a shortcut. Technically speaking. I'll go back the other way. I'll go back along the top of the map to show you guys what that looks like. So, ooh, floating logs there. Like I said, not 100% finished. It's not, you know, there's going to be some minor little issues that you may or may not see. And I may or may not see. If you spot anything, guys, let me know and I'll pass it on to Lancey. So then, down here we go. Ooh. You can see that we cut off, actually that was probably just as long as the other way we could have come. The only other potential shortcut is via, that's the rail line. I don't think there is a shortcut on this map. So if you like driving, this is a map for you. I'm actually coming in the front way of the yard as well. Nuts, I passed the back way in, which is a shortcut. So down around here by field 40, which is yet to be harvested and is in, that looks to be wheat, maybe barley. Let's have a look here. That's barley. Lancey. Signs of collisions, as you can see. Lancey does enjoy putting collisions on things that you wouldn't expect to have collisions on. Although in real life, yes, the signs would have actual collisions because they tend to be made of physical things. So down here, down this road, this is a little lane. It's not actually like a driveway to the yard, because you can see there's a dude living in there. I say is, maybe the word should be was, I'm not entirely sure. We come down here, there's the farmhouse, there's the yard, there's the VW Golf, I think, parked up. And this is just evil here, having the super tight turn, so no trucks for you guys. You gotta use small trailers. Here's the storage area. You can see at the top of the silo on the right there, that's the unload area. It didn't have a pipe. The first time I came into the map, it didn't have a pipe and I had no idea what I was trying to do here. This is all going into storage. If I bring up the prices here, you can see we've got 5,920 litres in storage. It's increasing now. It's going to be just over 20,000, I think. Does help to finish. Maybe 25,000? 22,751. There's two options I have here. One is I can teleport down. The other is I can drive back. I'm going to do drive to show you off the second part of this yard. You can see there's plenty of room, plenty of storage here. It's just kind of a bit cramped in spots. So coming out here, this is the back exit, the back entrance, whichever way you want it to be. Another bit of storage just by the roadside here that is... oh, it's floating. Ah! So is that house. Like I said, minor issues, if you think about it. on a map of this detail with this much stuff on it, you'd expect a couple of things to float. Yeah? Ow. Apologies for the slight interruption. Ow. Oh, just been handed a boiling hot cup of tea. Which I'm not going to complain about the tea. I'm going to... Ow. I'm going to complain about the fact that I've just burnt my hand on the cup. It happens. It happens. You get tea hot enough, you're going to have a burning hot. What's this sign? Yeah, some of these signs I don't think I've seen before. We're pretty sure you'll want this. Is that an ad from MySpace? I'm totally in a car. I'm not entirely sure what the second line of that is. Fake ads, yo. Fake ads. So let's continue on here. Around the top of the map you can see Lancey's been very generous with trees and detail on the map. You're not going to have too many places where it's incredibly boring and empty. In fact, I'm yet to find an area that... Well, I have found an area that was boring and empty. But, kind of not supposed to be able to get to it. I accidentally broke the map a tad. I haven't told Lancey yet because I kind of want to keep that as a bit of an Easter egg if you do something silly. So that I will say there is a way to break the map slightly. But I'm not going to say what it is. Also, this field, you look, there are bits of it that are grass, bits of it that are not. That's intentional, I have been assured. By the way, I should say plans for this map, because I'm bound to get asked about that. What are the plans for the map, Dave? What are you planning on doing on here? Are you planning on doing on Are you planning on doing on cows? Yes, I am planning on doing on cows. Are you planning on doing on sheep? Not really. The sheep are a bit out of the way, is the issue I'd have there. Am I planning on doing pigs? Yes. Well, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I am planning on doing cows, because I tend to overlook cows until quite late. In fact, I want to stop into the cow yard very briefly and just pick up some cows. I need to price it first, because I may use the 500,000 for the cows. I may have to throw on creative money for it, because I haven't bought the cows yet. But I know the number I want. And that number is going to be 50. 50. Now, the question some of you might have is, where on earth do you buy the cows, Dave? Well, you buy the cows, if you're being lazy like me, right here. Also, if you use your scroll wheel, this has been brought to my attention that not a lot of people know this. If you use your scroll wheel, you can go up and down through cows fairly quickly. Or animals, or well, sheep, pigs. You can do that very quickly. 260,000. Yeah, let's get 50 cows. So that's 55 cows. I think I've overshot where I was trying to go. No. So this is one of the reasons there's no traffic. Is this level crossing here, which kind of sort of means you can't have traffic, because otherwise you'd end up with a massive crash that would just block up the entire map. So the reason I have bought the cows now, as opposed to in 15 episodes or 20 episodes time, well, we got hay bales. We're going to be making straw bales out of that field, and I see plenty of grass on the map to make silage. I see no reason not to get the cows right away and work away at that. And I do have a couple of methods for getting quick manure that I'll probably use. Let's hop out of this, hop into this. You might have noticed the Deutz had a front loader attached. Yes, that is going to be the front loader vehicle of choice for me in this, on this map and in this series. This little Deutz 638. I might, if I end up doing biogas silage with BGA, I will probably get something bigger, but the plan is to use the little doits just for doing bales, doing mucking out, doing whatever I need doing. And one other thing that you might have noticed that I've not mentioned yet, despite it being 25 minutes into the video, now's the point where I'll say I ain't using seasons on this map. I also won't be using it on West Coast when that's out. The reason behind that is I'm a bit burnt out of seasons. I've been using it for over 6 months. I've been using it on almost every map, and it's kind of got to the point where I feel like maps are moving too slowly for me now. With seasons. Without, I can push ahead and do 16 different things at once, which is the plan, by the way, is I will be able to do a lot more without seasons. I'll be able to play about with things. I may end up... Come to think of it, do I own a cornfield? Because if I own a cornfield, that is going to be a plan for me. I do field 9. Oh, Lancey. Lancey's got a terrible habit of giving you a massive cornfield at the start of a map that you can do nothing with, because he doesn't give you a corn harvester ever. I've complained to him about this so many times. So, once we got this field done, I'm going to sell off the Massey harvester. I'm going to buy a Fendt harvester, which we should have the money for, and a header, and hopefully a corn header for it as well if we have the money. If not, that's fine, we can work something out over time. I do have Courseplay on this map, by the way. I will be using Courseplay. I'm not going to be afraid to use it because of woohoo, scary non-square fields. No, Courseplay will work on these, or should, in theory. Hopefully. And what else? I will be doing, yeah, like I said, I'll be using Courseplay. I'll be doing some non-manual work. I'll be doing some courses that'll just do fields for me while I run off and do other things, and you know, just keep the map ticking over, as opposed to me trying to do everything, which I've been doing for so long, and it just taking forever. I'm gonna Courseplay out probably this field for ploughing for sure. Ploughing is almost entirely going to be done by Courseplay because I'm lazy. Seeding, cultivating, spraying I can do myself because that's a quick, easy job. But stuff that will take longer than a single episode, I'll Courseplay out, and I'll have Courseplay running for a bit, and just kind of let that happen. Even some of the harvesting I will use Courseplay so that I can just use the Massey or whatever I'm carting with as a carting tractor and go over and back. Especially with the Fendt. Because as much as I like Massey Ferguson, and as much as I wanted to give this harvester a fair shot, I don't like this harvester. That's the reason I was using it, by the way, was just to give it a fair shot. I don't like it. I think Black Sheep kind of screwed up by making this the exact way that they did. If they made it realistically, this would be a fantastic kind of starter combine with a small header, small capacity. It'd be great for like starting a challenge map, but it just doesn't have that ability. You don't have that option, which sucks. It really does. Also, it has the turning circle of a small galaxy, which is kind of beside the point, but still. So that is this field just about done. We do have a header trailer, by the way. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell this out of the field directly. And conveniently, we're actually running low on time now, so I think we'll end the video by unloading this for the... unloading this again. Now the field is effectively done. I know I've missed this, but that's not the end of the world. I'll unload this, I'll then set it off, and we'll get the Fendt. And we'll see how much money we've got left over. Because this could be the beginning of having to try and make money again. Now I am playing on normal difficulty as opposed to my usual of hard. Oh, I need that out. I need to not press the Windows key, Dave. Which is why the screen just went blank. Or the video just went black. Right. The Massey harvester. I'm not going to make much out of this at all. And the header. We'll swap them out for the Fendt 6275L. In actual Fendt green, not fake Fendt green. And the header for that, which is going to be the 25-foot free flow? No. 25-foot free flow. Interesting. We get this in actual Fendt green. We got 26 grand left. Can we get a corn harvester for £26,000? Not particular. Well, we can get a corn header, but not particularly. We could get the Massey 260, which might be an option. Anything else of interest here? No. That's fine, I guess. But the Fendt harvester has been bought. It is a wonderful harvester with a 25-foot header. And that is going to do it for today. I will leave you guys by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Upton Farm by Lancyboi. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.